Liver King sued by a New York man for deceiving consumers after steroid use revelation, and it's for about a $25 million class action lawsuit. So, let's check this out. By the way, if you have never checked out More Place, More Dates, you should. Liver King Brian Johnson tricked customers into buying his supplements by claiming he attained his ripped physique with a raw liver diet, when in fact he was using steroids. A new 25 million class action lawsuit charges. The fitness influencer earlier this month admitted that his muscular body was achieved through a pricey, expensive steroid regimen rather than the primal lifestyle he peddles. Which, by the way, he was spending, right here, about $11,000 per month on just growth hormone, not on testosterone, not on any of these other hormones or peptides or whatever, just on human growth hormone. So who knows the true total cost that he was actually spending for his pharmaceuticals, right? Like, who knows how much he was spending per month? Which, by the way, when you think about it, the simple fact that he could even spend that type of money on this sort of thing is kind of crazy when you think about it. Because he's willing to spend on just one item per month more money than some doctors and lawyers make. Like, that's crazy. So now, New Yorker Christopher Altomer has filed suit against the bodybuilder and his companies, Ancestral Supplements LLC and the Fittest Ever LLC, for allegedly conning consumers into buying his products. Johnson hawked his 9 ancestral tenets lifestyle, including the Eat tenet promoting eating raw liver and testicles by consistently appearing shirtless to showcase his muscular physique and portraying himself as the epitome of health, according to the Manhattan Supreme Court lawsuit. In reality, his brand included a dangerous and life threatening diet, which caused a large portion of consumers to suffer from severe food-borne illnesses, the suit filed Wednesday claims. Now, here's the thing that always bothered me about him promoting eating basically like raw meat, right? It's like, hey, he's able to do it because he pays a lot of money for a professional chef to prep it for him, right? Keep that in mind. For those that have never seen him when he actually eats this raw stuff, it's all prepared by a professional chef that he pays a lot of money to do this. Most people are not in that type of situation where they could have a chef that they pay very well to literally prep them raw meat in the safest way possible every meal. Listen. In the diet, pushing liver, spleen, pancreas, heart, kidney, raw bull testicles, and raw sweetbreads was unsustainable for consumers to stick with, forcing them to buy Johnson supplements according to the suit. Liver King persuaded millions of consumers to adhere to or abide by the EAT tenet by repeatedly making representations to consumers that his near perfect physique and optimal health were solely attributable to his adoption of the ancestral tenets, predominantly the EAT tenet the suit charges. Now, what's interesting is that the Liver King never really made direct claims as if hey, eat liver, you'll look like me kind of thing. He never really said anything like that, but everything that he basically said was said in a way where it was heavily implied that, like, hey, if you see what I'm doing, see how I work out, see what I'm eating, you'll probably get where I'm at, right? Like, it was heavily implied. So it'd be kind of interesting to see like the outcome of this situation, because here's the thing. What's interesting is that Liver King admitted that his companies made him like $100 million like this year or whatever. Like, his companies are making a disgusting amount of money. Now, the Liver King lawsuit thing is probably not going to go for actually 25 million. More than anything, it probably gets settled down to like maybe like 500,000 to $1 million. But still, like, this is the problem when you like lie to your audience to such a hardcore level. Like, there wouldn't be like any sort of issues if he was just like, hey, I'm doing this. You don't got to do it. I just do this because I want to look the way that I want to look, right? And people wouldn't really like judge him or anything, really, if he was like that. Johnson, who started posting on Instagram in August 2021 and has since amassed over 1.7 million followers, has sworn by his rigorous workouts and modern caveman diet as the secret to his jacked body. He had previously denied using performance enhancing drugs. Now, the interesting thing about the Liver King is like, again, people wouldn't really like care too much if when he was asked, he'd be like, hey, I just don't want to talk about it. Right? Kind of like avoiding the thing. People probably wouldn't really care that much. But the real issue is that when he was asked, he blatantly said, no, I do not use it. I have never used it. I will not use it. And people who have to use it are basically weak. People who say that I do use it are weak, that kind of thing. And it's, he basically made it like into like a joke and put down the people that would say that type of assumption, like, or have that type of assumption, like, oh yeah, he's totally using some sort of drugs. Let's see. In late November, a fitness journalist posted a YouTube video revealing emails that Johnson exchanged with another bodybuilder in which he admitted he was taking $11,000 worth of human growth hormone a month. In response, Johnson apologized in his December 1st video for the lie, admitting, yes, I've done steroids, and yes, I'm on steroids. Altamore said in the suit that he bought into Johnson's cult-like brand and purchased his products after being drawn by the influencer's deceptive consumer-oriented conduct, including his misrepresentations and omissions. He and other consumers would have continued to buy Johnson's products had not defendant Liver King's steroid use been revealed, the filing claims. And Johnson and his companies didn't immediately return requests for comment, which they probably won't. So here, let's check this out. Okay, stupidity all around. That consumers really believed his eating raw liver and all other raw organs were the cause of him looking as he does, which is grotesque, so they started eating raw organs too or taking his supplements. Seriously? Wow. And he writes in emails to another bodybuilder he was actually taking steroids, calls himself out, ha ha ha, takes a lot of brains, and for all the brain dead followers who believed him, please get help. Do y'all know that liver is a filter? It's filled with blood and toxins. Kidneys, not much different. Stay away from organs and nut jobs like Liver King. Suckers born every day. Blah, blah, blah. The thing is, right, there's not necessarily anything wrong with his supplements. The main issue is the way he went about marketing his products to the masses. Like, if he just didn't say anything, if he just didn't like even make a comment about whether or not he was natty or not, it really would not have mattered because obviously the majority of people are like, oh yeah, that dude's totally juicing. But this is the thing, like, don't blatantly lie to people, right? It's okay if people don't like your product, right? It's okay if some people don't get the kind of results that you want them to get from using your product. That is okay. What's not okay is for you to basically heavily imply that if you do this, you are for sure pretty much more than likely going to get this exact result, right? Like, that's a very sketchy situation. But yeah, feel free to give your thoughts about this. If you want to learn how to get out of debt, or at the very least learn how I got out of debt and grew my net worth, go down below. Go to 40inbox.com. Stay tuned for more for news commentary.